Hey, man, I should have known better. I was there one night in Denver, Colorado. Chilly night. It was a week 15, late in the season. The Broncos were making their way towards a successful run in the playoffs. And Peyton Manning's in the building, and Phillip Rivers comes in with the San Diego Chargers and beats them. I've seen it so many times before, and I should have seen this one coming. I should have seen this one coming, especially since Chris Brockman, you and I, prior to the season, chose the Colts to win the AFC South. And the way that they began the season and the way that the Titans began the season, we were licking our wounds, it seemed. But it's a marathon, not a sprint. Now through 10 weeks, Colts are in first place. What a win last night. Every phase of the game, too. Every phase of the game. Ryan Tannehill and the Titans were the proverbial hot knife through butter to start the game. Scored a quick touchdown, but the Colts steeled themselves on defense, even though Derrick Henry got his yards, didn't put it in the end zone himself. They kind of bent but didn't break with Derrick Henry, as many teams do. Defensively, they were in Tannehill's grill all night long. And offensively, Colts hit him with the Hines last night.
Hit him with the Hines!
Repeatedly. Nyheim Hines, everybody. Nyheim Hines, everybody. Multiple touchdown games. That's what this guy does. Did it a couple weeks ago against the Lions. Did it last night. It was his birthday. I've got a great old gen stat when it comes to that in terms of multiple touchdown games on your birthday in the NFL. It's a rarity.
I love it.
And then a blocked punt, as you know, the Titans are on a backup punter. Blocked punt for a touchdown, all three phases. And that blocked punt was the backbreaker. Made it a 2-score game, and that was the end of that. Titans couldn't come back. Steven Gostkowski is now on the verge of his old teammate and coach, Vrabel. The dreaded evaluating the kicker is what Vrabel said after the game last night. They're without Taylor Lewan. The offensive line is banged up. The defense is susceptible to every team in the NFL these days except the Chicago Bears offense. And so the Titans are now in second place at 6-3. And the Colts, with Philly Riv and 308 yards and that touchdown last night, and Nyheim Hines, it was his hot hand that they kept playing last night. And Phillip Rivers is now gotten a passer rating of 100 or more in 3 of the last 4 games. He did it only once in the Colts' first 5 games. He had a much better game than Tannehill last night, 300 yards passing, 150 more than Tannehill. And Phillip Rivers is now 5th on the all-time passing yards list. Passing Dan Marino, who he said he had a poster of on the wall. Breeze, Brady, Peyton Manning, Favre, Phillip Rivers. That's your top 5 on the passing list all time right now. And it sparks the usual conversation about Phillip Rivers. Is he a Hall of Famer? Does he deserve enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Is he a stat compiler? Has he won enough big games? Can you tell the story of the NFL without Phillip Rivers? Well, on the passing list, you can't tell the story of the NFL without Phillip Rivers. He's 5. He's not done yet. He's not done yet. He has the stats to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His predecessor, many times removed in San Diego, Dan Fouts, is a Pro Football Hall of Famer with far fewer all-time passing yards and also ringless. I think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer. I do not believe he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. He has the ability to make himself that if he wins with the Colts this year. That's crazy talk, Rich. How can he win with the Colts this year? Well, defense pretty good. Offensive line pretty good. Phillip Rivers getting stronger. Frank Reich has church bells for play calling. You get my drift? I love the way he calls a game, man. I do. And I know some of those fourth down attempts did not work out. A lot of Wilkins stuffs at the line of scrimmage last night.
Yeah.
Didn't matter, though. Did it. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.